guys did a great job with the dancing, by the way. So today we're going to read Big Mamas, and it's by Donald Cruz. Today we're going to try a new strategy. So who can read what it says inside the cloud? Ali?
Use the pictures. Use the picture. Do the words and picture match?
Yeah, so when I read the book, I want you to think about if the words and the picture match, okay? Because sometimes if we look at the picture, it helps us understand the story better and it provides us with more meaning. Okay, so I'm going to ask you what the different pictures show in the book. Alright, so let's start. So before reading the text, let's all look at the picture. What do you see? Raise your hand, please. Yes, Wendy?
The kids are looking out of the window.
Yes, and how many kids are there?
5.
5? Is that Zaki? You want to just add something?
They're all holding up 5 fingers.
I don't know. I think. What do you think? Does she look like? Do you think she's a child as well, or does she look a bit older?
A bit old, like a teenager. I think Big Mama's house is right there. I think that's really good.
All right. So I see 2 boys over here and 2 girls over here, and then someone a bit older. Do you agree? If you agree with this,
Their mom.
this is the agree sign, okay? Or yes, this is what it means. Okay. So let's start reading. Did you see her? Did you see Big Mama? We called our grandma Big Mama. Not that she was big, but she was Mama's mama. Every summer we went to see her. Mama, my sisters, my brother, and me. Daddy had to work. He'd come later. It took 3 days and 2 nights on the train. Now we were nearly there. Okay, so I have a question. Who do you think the author is? Iman? That is a very good guess. You think it's him? And who do you think, when the author says we, who do you think the author is referring to? Inaya? Exactly. So, can anyone be a little more specific about who he means as we? Max. Yeah. So, and it mentions over here, you're right, Max, it says, every summer we went to see her. Mama, my sisters, my brother, and me. So, these are the sisters. And it's him and his brother, and this is his mama, right? So that's what he means with me. Bruce, right here. Okay, so now let's look at this picture. Bruce, what do you think this picture shows?
A train.
We have to raise our hands. I'm asking Bruce now. Bruce, what is this? What do you see? What? Did you hear me read the first page? If not, well, it says the family is going to Big Mama's house on a, everyone, train. Yes. So, what do you think this picture is showing? That they are on a, Zaki?
They're on a train and the captain's saying, all aboard.
Yeah. Can anyone see? Inaya? Okay, so let's read. Cottondale, Cottondale, next station stop, Cottondale, yelled the conductor to the nearly empty train. Don't leave no babies on this train. He made the same joke every year. So it says, the conductor yelled Cottondale. Who do you think the conductor is? Let's look at the picture. Hannah? It's him. So the picture helps us understand who the conductor is. Have you heard that word before?
Yes.
Yes, some of you have. Jivesh.
It's a
Who's a conductor?
Conductor is a person in the train who gives some warning. If there's a fire on the train, they give the warning, and when the train is about to reach the station, they inform us so we can get ready with our
Exactly.
suitcases.
Like he did. He mentioned that Cottondale is the next station. A conductor is sort of like a manager of a bus or a train or any sort of transport system. He
Or
checks
also,
your ticket to make sure. He makes sure that every passenger has a ticket on board. And Max, you like to add something?
Not only transport, like there's can be a conductor of music. Yeah. Almost kind of like a movie. Yeah, like a person that.
Do you see?
It's kind of like a director or something. So it's kind of gives information as people want. Even temple and mosques have
A conductor?
kind of that.
I see what you're saying. Can you spot the author and his family in the picture?
Yeah.
Yes. Wendy pointed out it's this group huddled up over here, right? Okay. Yep. And okay. My Uncle Swank came for us by car. We always hoped he'd come with the horse and wagon, but he never did. Which one do you think is Uncle Swank? Isa. It's him. He's the new character, right? Okay. We crossed back over the train tracks, a turn or two along the red dirt road. And, you see the red dirt road? Where's the train station? And what is it called? Cottondale, and it's right here. So they took this black car on their way to Big Mama's house. Onto the lane in front of Big Mama's house. Big Mama and Big Papa were waiting for us on the porch. There were hugs and kisses, and oh my, how you have grown, and how tall you are. Is this you? Who's saying this dialogue?
Big Mama.
Big Mama. Do you see Big Mama in the picture? And Big Papa, and it's their big house.
Big. They like big stuff.
So let's look at this picture again. So this is the author. This is and this is the sister. What else do you see in the house? Do you see anything interesting, Shanda?
They're going into their room in the Big Mama's house.
Mm-hmm. Wendy?
I can see shoes.
Mm-hmm. Isa?
I can see a table machine.
Yeah, it's a sewing machine. Zaki?
And there's socks too.
Uh-huh. And Iman?
I can see one of the kids putting outside.
Yeah, I see something interesting over here. I wonder what that is. Let's read. Maybe we'll find out. Then off with our shoes and socks. We wouldn't need them much in the next few weeks. Now to see that nothing had changed. In the hall, the sewing machine that you had to pedal like a bicycle. So here's the sewing machine. The big clock over the fireplace. The wind-up record player. Which one do you think that is? It's this right over here.
Yeah, because you can wind it
You
up.
can wind up. Have you ever seen anything like it ever?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's interesting.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
In cartoons.
I have never seen it, so I find that a bit interesting. And then it says,
Cartoon.
the kerosene lamps and the Sears Roebuck catalogs. Do you know what kerosene lamps are? No? They're actually lamps that you put oil in and the fire lights up.
Oh, like
So
the
it's not,
Chinese lamp.
it's not actually an electric lamp. So
It's
I
like
have
Chinese lamp also. People in China sometimes do that.
So kerosene lamp, that's interesting. So it's basically, it doesn't use electricity. So it's basically fire that lights up the room. So I have a question for you. So the wind-up recorder and the kerosene lamp, it's sort of a hint as to when the story took place. Does that give you an idea? Think about it. Aiden? Exactly. So sometimes pictures and the text provide us an idea of when all this took place. So it's probably a really long time ago. Next.
It's like the picture and the text are working to give the reader a thought about where the story is taking place.
Exactly. Did everyone hear Max?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Yep.
I couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear? Did everyone say they couldn't hear?
I couldn't.
Okay, Max, could you please repeat for Inaya?
It's like the text and the pictures are teamworking together to give the reader a thought, a feeling about where the story is taking place.
Exactly. The kerosene lamps and the Sears robot catalogs. One room, my brother's and mine, and Uncle's length. Across the hall, the room where my sisters and Mama slept. Next to it, Big Mama's and Big Papa's room. Then to the back porch. So these are the rooms over here. Okay. Off the porch were 3 rooms. A tiny extra room, no bigger than the bed in it. None of us wanted to sleep there alone. The dining room with the big round table and chairs. And next to it, the kitchen. On the porch was the washstand where we washed our hands, faces, and feet. At the end of the porch was the well. Don't fall in, we were told every year. No one ever did. Wendy, would you like to add something? Yes. Okay, now I want you to analyze the picture. I want you to see what's going on over here. Tell me something interesting that you see, Iman.
I see someone stepping on the block.
Mm-hmm. Hannah? Mm-hmm. Max?
I think that this house has a lot of pets, and I also can tell it's that maybe their house is old because like it was when the grandma, big mama, and big papa born wrong, so the mom is grown up now, so the house must have been old fashioned because that's how they made house a long time ago. And then also I know that in the old days they got water was from the wells.
Well, those are very good observations. And something else Max pointed out is that there are a lot of animals. So where can you find a lot of animals together? Ali?
In the farm.
There you go.
And I want to tell you another thing. I think Donald Cruz is running to jump in the well because I can see his movements like that. So he's running and then he's gonna jump into the well.
Maybe we'll find out.
Why? Why would someone want to jump into the well?
Okay,
Maybe he just wants to fill water.
What do we do when we have a comment? We raise our hand. Okay, so please don't shout out. Yes, Iman? Yes. Okay, so on to the next page. We stood on tiptoe to watch the bucket go down and fill with water so that we could have a drink from the dipper that hung nearby. Everything was just the same. So you were saying how, Ali, you mentioned how he's going near the well, so you were right. They went to get some water. And I also want to mention that it says we stood on tiptoe to watch the bucket go down. So we. So again, we know that the author is referring to who? Who's in this picture? Exactly. So when the author says we, he means his siblings and his family.
Whatever's in the picture, that's the we. The people are the we in the picture.
Okay. In the backyard was the chicken coop, where Sunday dinner's chicken spent its last days. What's a chicken coop? Let's see, look at the picture. I think you can find out what a chicken coop is if you look at the picture closely. Shanza?
It's like a chicken house.
Yeah. Do you see it in the picture?
Yes.
Yeah?
I
So this
don't.
is
I
the...
think
Inaya, can you see?
chicken house.
No? Where's the chicken? Do you see a chicken somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is the chicken coop. So that sometimes pictures allow us to understand what certain words mean. Like, for example, right now we learned what a chicken coop is. It's where the chicken lives. Okay. Max, you want to add something?
Sometimes the pictures is like the story, and then the words explain the picture. So it's like the picture is the story, and the words are there to explain the picture.
Exactly.
So if the pictures weren't there, then the words would have to be really quite powerful, and it's things so long, so it might be kind of hard, but so it's like they really need each other.
Yes. So you understand the strategy really well. So the words in the picture often match. Agreed? Okay. Shanta, you want to?
Can I drink some water?
Yes. Aiden? Yeah.
Why did it spend chicken spent their last
Okay. Who can tell me why it says the chickens spend their last days before Sunday dinner? Ali?
Because on Sunday dinner they would kill the chicken.
Yeah, they would eat the chicken during dinner. Aiden, did you understand why? Mm-hmm. Okay. Behind the shed full of old stuff was the outhouse. Okay now, but scary in the dark. We stopped for a drink at the pump. We ran past the pear tree where the turkeys roosted at night. See the turkeys?
Yeah.
Where's the pear tree?
Yeah.
And then this is where they're washing. And this is the outhouse. Some nice pictures in this book. Under the tractor in front of the tool shed was a good place to look for nests with eggs in them. Next to the tool shed was a huge empty pot for making syrup from sugarcane juice. I dug some worms for the big pile of cane pulp. Wigglers were the best kind for fishing. I chose a pole. So where's the pot where they make the syrup from sugarcane juice? And you
That's the author, the blue t-shirt. I think he's digging up.
Or it could be. Okay. Okay, now I want you to think about what do you think might have been the inspiration for the author to write this story? Aiden? Exactly. Who agrees? Yeah. Wendy?
I think if you went to his grandma's house.
And probably during the summer, yes.
And this happened. I think he maybe read a story like that people went to a house and then he thought of his own small moment stories and then he wrote it down because his inspiration was caught from another book.
Yep, that could be it too. Max?
Maybe he saw something. I was going to his grandma's house when it was wacky and I when he went to his grandma's house and then that reminded him of a fun time he had with his grandma.
Yeah.
I wrote about that time.
So it's clear that most of you are thinking on the same track, that he was reminded of the time he went to his grandma's house. That is perhaps the inspiration for the story. Shanza?
I think maybe his son once went to his grandma's house with Donald Cruz and Donald Cruz's wife. And maybe that reminded him of his.
Maybe we can, if we read further, we can find out more about his inspiration. So let's continue. Down the path, past the cow pen and the pig pen, to the pond. So So the fact that there's a cow pen and a pig pen also indicates that it's a farm, right?
I think the blue shaded ones.
The flat bottom bowl was still there. Plenty of water for fishing and swimming this year. Everything just as it should be. A fish, I've got one, I yelled. Whoop whoop, the train whistled. Dinner time.
Oh, the blue t-shirt.
Yeah, that is right, Ali. That's a good point. Do you understand why Ali said that it's the blue t-shirt that is the author? Can anyone tell? It's because the author shouts out, a fish, I got one, I yelled. And who has a pole and who's fishing in the picture?
Blue shirt.
Yeah, so this is his brother and these are his sisters.
He's the youngest.
All right. Everybody sitting around the table that filled the room. Big Mama, Big Papa, Uncle Slank, our cousins from down the road, and all of us. We talked about what we did last year. We talked about what we are going to do this year. We talked so much we hardly had time to eat. You see the chicken?
No. That really gives me a feeling of how they feel. I feel
The night was jet black, except for millions of stars. We could hardly sleep, thinking about things to come. Javesh?
so you word for that chicken that Yoshi, I think he has to be killed.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. Okay, Hannah? Now we're sort of straying from the point. The chicken isn't really the point of the story, but I see how you guys are feeling. I understand. So let's get back to the story. What's happening in the picture over here? Who do you think these people are?
The people.
Exactly.
The people
Who had dinner, right? Bruce? Can you tell who these people are? A guess? Where is the author? Where is the story taking place? In a farm? In whose house? Come on, let's go back a little. Help you out. Just a moment. Whose house is it? Can anyone help Bruce out? Inaya? It's Big Mama's house, okay?
Big Mama and Big Papa.
Yep. Wendy?
It's his family.
It is his family. Okay. Now the last page is an important one. It says, some nights, even now, I think that I might wake up in the morning and be at Big Mama's with the whole summer ahead of me. Okay, first, I just want you to take a brief moment and look at the picture. It will really help you understand what's going on over here, okay? So someone tell me, what do you see in the picture, Iman? He's grown up, and why do you think that is so? What indicates that he's grown up? His beard, yeah. Can everyone see that?
And he has a big face.
Yeah,
And he says I, and he's only the person in that face.
and what do you see in the background? There are a lot of buildings, right? So, which means he's definitely not in the farm. He's in a city.
Where I think his big mama died.
Who knows? But what is this story? Like, what is the author thinking? It is sort of a. What are you guys writing about at the moment?
Small moment.
So what is the author doing?
A small moment.
Okay,
A small moment.
Well, it's not big, but it's a moment, it's an experience, if not small, right? So he's thinking back to all the summers he spent at Big Mama's place, and he's missing it. So what is the message of the story? Take some time, think about it. I want to see more hands. I know all of you understood the story really well.
What was the question again?
The question was, what do you think the message is? Ali?
It's kind of like the same message as another one that poor people can have lots of fun with just simple things.
Okay, that can be a message. And then Javesh, what do you think the message is?
I think the message is you should spend time with your family, and when you grow up, you can, if you think that again, you can write it and you can keep it as a memory.
Did everyone hear what Javesh said? Javesh said that I think one of the message of the story is that it's important to spend time. I see Iman agrees. It's important to spend time with your family because when you grow older, you can look back and think of these memories and how precious they are. Isa, you would like to add something?
Families are more important than
And what about Sierra? What did you find interesting in this book, or what did you like about it? Okay, you can think about that. We'll come back to you. Wendy?
that you should always take care of your family.
And Aiden?
And
You agree? Zaki?
it's really fun to spend time with your family and feel important.
I thought the message was when you grow older, you don't have as much time, and then it's important that when you're young and you should spend time with your family, that way you will have a lot of good memories, because clearly the author, when he's much older, he's missing that time, right? All right. You want to add something?
Yeah, I want to add something. I wanted to add something with Isa, that he said that family is more important than friends, because you don't, most people lives are like, they don't get like such good families, and so you should spend time with your family, not your friends, because you can make friends anywhere, but you won't get a family this life.
I think it's important to be balanced, to spend time with your family and friends, because, and, okay, last one with Max, go ahead.
I think that the author is trying to say that it's important to spend time with your family, and sometimes you should travel, and sometimes even if have fun with what you have.
That's an excellent point. All right.
She already said we could keep going on and on and on,
Yeah.
right? So that's good that you guys have so many things to share. What do we say to Miss Maria for?
You're
Maria.
So you guys, I was listening, but I wasn't sitting down with you for